Welcome to Front Porch Stories, presented by Craig Messer. Back in the hills, down winding roads, and tucked between ridges, there are small towns and quiet hollers where stories live through the people who've called Appalachia home for generations. Around here, history isn't just written in books, it's shared on front porches, at kitchen tables, and in the voices of the folks who've lived it. On this show, we sit down with some of those voices and we hear their memories, the legends, the hard times, the good times, and everything in between. Now, welcome to our front porch. Grab a cold iced tea and let's settle in for another edition of Front Porch Stories. Here's your host, Craig Messer.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Craig Messer's Front Porch Stories. I have a special guest today. I've known her since I was in, kindergarten. And this is Samantha Deaver Heath. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell everybody a little about yourself.
Okay. Well, I am, like you said, my name's Samantha. I go by Sam. I grew up in Crusoe, right down the road from you, actually.
Yeah.
So we've probably technically known each other almost since birth.
Probably. That'd be a little fair to say.
But yeah. So yeah, I grew up in Crusoe. Spent in Haywood County, and when I was growing up, I'd go to church, go to Eastwork right down the road, and I did sports my whole entire life, and those two things kind of branched me out to everything that I'm doing right now.
Yeah. So you ran track and cross country. What was your best times and best event that you did?
Mm-hmm. But my best event that I ran was the 800 meter. My fastest time in that was like a 2:26. But it's kind of funny because the one that I was actually really good at, I never ran. If that makes sense. So I was really good at running the 400 meter, and my fastest time in that one was 56 seconds. So.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, I can remember seeing you run down Chinky Pen with your mom or dad behind you in a car and thinking, yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
not going to do that.
I had to get my training in.
Yeah. So
had to get my training in. So
I had to get that training. That's a good road to train on. I'm sure that worked. Coming back up was a bear for sure. So tell a little bit.
Going down was easy. Always.
Right, going down, you could just lay down and roll if you wanted to. So it'd be all right.
Yeah.
So you guys, you're in. What do you do now? Tell jiu-jitsu. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you're saying it right.
Tell everybody about, I think it's pretty cool that you own your own, I don't know, is it a dojo? What's it called? I like Cobra Kai, so I don't know if that's karate. I don't know if it's called the same thing.
Some people try to call it a dojo, but we don't really like it. We actually call ours an academy.
Okay.
But yeah, so my husband is a Hoist Gracie black belt now. Which is really, really cool. And we have a kind of an extensive little history about how we got to where we were. But pretty much it came down to, we were looking at a crossroads and we could go two different ways from where we were at. And Josh really believed in Hoist Gracie and really believed in everything that he stood for, the type of jiu-jitsu that he brought to the table. And so ultimately we made the decision to split from the gym that we were at to start our own business, to start our own gym, so we could really embrace that life and be able to live that part of jiu-jitsu to the fullest.
That's awesome. So tell, you said who's he studied under? What's his name again? Gracie?
Hoist Gracie.
Hoist Gracie. And he's big, right?
Yeah, so he's
top of the mountain, I think.
And you could probably, so you could probably link some videos if you want to, but he was the one in the first UFCs He was the one that pretty much proved that jiu-jitsu was one of the superior martial arts.
Very cool. That's awesome. And so he's met him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny you say that. He's actually down there.
Sorry.
He's actually down there in Raleigh with him right now because they're doing, that's okay. There's a lag, but, they're doing black belt testing right now. So Josh is actually hanging out with.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You think Josh would join us for an episode?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he would. He loves to talk about it.
Awesome. I would love to get him on here and talk about that. I think that's really cool. So he's a Heath.
Yeah.
So does he shoot bows?
Mm-hmm. So his cousin does, yes.
Yeah. So
but he does too.
Okay.
Not
okay.
Personally though.
Okay. So talk about, you said you kind of church and sports. So we kind of touched on the sports. Tell everybody the name of your academy and where they can find you at.
Yeah, so it is Blue Ridge Jiu Jitsu, and we are located in Mills River, North Carolina. And I really like where we are for my own personal standpoint, because we're, for you guys, we're just a shoot over them, hit our gym. I think it's like a 45-50 minute drive, but we have a couple of people from Haywood County who come to our gym actually, awesome. Which is really cool.
Okay, very cool. And can you send me links and stuff, and I will I'll link your business stuff in the bio of this episode.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
Can check that out. So you said church and athletics. So let's talk about the church side now.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to Pinnacle, right?
Yeah, I've been going on to Pinnacle. It's probably been about 10 years now. And I've probably been singing there for about 8 or 9 years.
Okay, that's awesome. So, you also been, what would you call it, a Bible study on Facebook? What would you call your group that you started?
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess because you could label it as a Bible study, just because, I pick things and we kind of dive into it a little bit just to see what everything's about. But more so, I created it as kind of like an accountability for myself, because I have a really hard time concentrating most of the time. So I was like, if I am responsible for other people learning about Jesus and learning about the Bible and all how cool it is and all the cool different things, then that'll help me stay in line with it too.
That's awesome. I love that. Do you have good participation?
Yeah, I have. There's a little handful of people, because I think I have like 200 members. Oh, wow. But there's a handful of people that interact with it pretty regularly. Okay. And I have quite a few people. I have quite a few people on there who I wouldn't have expected to want to be a part of it. And so they're kind of like, in the background, just like watching, learning, listening, which I think is really cool. And I don't think that's exposure that any of those people would have gotten otherwise.
Yeah, that's a big outreach that, is kind of, something simple kind of for you to do, and it's touching people that wouldn't hear otherwise. A buddy, Zach Williams, I know you know who that is. He went during COVID, he was a pastor in North Canton, and they streamed all their videos. And he told me that he invited a certain person to church every week and to come and hear him, and they wouldn't come. But he said every single week he would go look who watched their videos, and every single week that person watched online. So, everybody wants to complain about social media and different things. Yeah,
that's real cool.
It gives us the opportunity to reach people that's not going to be reached otherwise. So I think it's amazing in that aspect.
Yeah. And I've posted a couple of things, and I've had people like kind of message me and be like, listen, I read like how you put things and like your point of view on things. And, I struggle with this, and I would really like to know like your opinion, or like know like how you biblically back up the views on this or this, and so it's really cool because like we're talking about, like those people are just in the background, but they're still interacting. They're just not like publicly interacting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, before we let you go, I've got 3 questions that I ask every guest. So I'm going to put them out there for you to answer. Number 1 is, what is your favorite TV show of all time? Number 2 is, what is your favorite movie of all time? And number 3 is, who's your favorite musical artist of all time? I'll let you answer those.
Okay. So my favorite TV show, and I'm very sad because it's over, was Stranger Things.
No.
For sure, hands down, my favorite TV show of all time.
I think
and
I
I've
spent
spent
a day. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think I spent a day of mourning after that was over. I was truly like depressed.
A day of mourning, yeah.
Like it was bad. So, yeah.
Yeah, I went to the theaters and watched it, the finale in the theaters or whatever. So that was a pretty crazy experience.
Yeah, that's cool.
And, my favorite, of course, my favorite artist. I probably have 2 because I have like my favorite Christian artist, obviously. My favorite Christian artist, I don't know if you guys have ever heard him. He's called, which he's kind of moved away from it now, which is a little sad, but his name's Judah. That's the band name. It's like capital Judah with a period at the end. I really like his music because a lot of time throughout my life, like I've kind of struggled a little bit with like, emotions, because sometimes I feel things in highs and lows and those kinds of things. And he sings about that, which is really cool. You can kind of feel it in his music. So that's my favorite Christian artist. And then my favorite non-Christian artist, obviously, has I've always had a soft spot for Taylor Swift. So everybody gives me a hard time about that, but maybe that's why I learned how to fight, so I could take up for myself and my opinions.
There you go. The voice of a generation. How's that? I'll call her that.
Yeah, there we go. And then let's see. My favorite all-time movie. Ooh, this is hard for me because I'm such a movie freak. I love movies. My favorite movie, probably. I should have probably prepared myself more for that one because I thought it would be easy to come to my head. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I know it is a hard one. Honestly, I'm just gonna go with a good old classic of Gone with the Wind.
Okay.
It's really one of my favorites. Every time it's on TV, I watch it. So it's probably a solid favorite of mine. That or The Great Gatsby. Those are my 2 faves.
Okay. Interesting choices. I saw Gone with the Wind one time. When my mom rented that for us to watch when I had the chicken pox in 2nd grade. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see Gone with the Wind. So she went and rented it, and it took forever to watch, but what else was there to do except scratch? So I need to watch it again. I think I'd probably appreciate it a little better now. So
yeah, it's like 60 hours later. Yeah. I mean, it really is a good movie. I love her being so dramatic. She's my favorite because she's just so dramatic in that character.
That's funny. Well, Sam, I appreciate your time. Tell Josh that I would love to get him on here. What I'd like to do is try to come out maybe to your academy and showcase it a little bit and maybe talk to y'all in person and kind of get an idea of that a little more with y'all together.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Okay, that'd be awesome. We can try to set that up.
That'd be really cool. And then that'd be sweet. So then you could get a good idea of kind of like what we do, the jiu-jitsu, like the actual jiu-jitsu aspect of it and all that good stuff.
For sure. That'd be awesome. Well, we'll try to plan that in the future, and I appreciate your time, and we'll talk soon.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
All right. Thank you. See ya. Hey, y'all. I'm Craig Messer, local realtor with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage out here in beautiful Haywood County, North Carolina. We've got 2 offices to serve you, one in Maggie Valley and one in Canton.
If you are looking to buy or sell, this is the perfect time to do so, and Western North Carolina is the greatest place that you can do it. Western North Carolina is what we like to call God's country. We've got beautiful mountains, beautiful valleys, beautiful rivers, great people, great downtown scenes, great schools with some of the greatest rivalries in all of the Southeast. I'm a local. I was born here and raised here, went to school here, I go to church here, and now I'm raising my own family here. And I can attest that there's nowhere else that I would rather be. And if you're looking to buy or sell, reach out to me and let's start this journey together. Whether you want to be up on the mountaintop or down here in the valley, we can find a place for you.